Now, Grover Norquist wanted to recognize the Gippers' birthday on February 6th with Ronald Reagan Day. 8 Democratic governors refused, including Massachusetts, Minnesota, Oregon, Kentucky, among others, and 2 others are on the fence. Mark, is this much ado about nothing?
Not at all, and actually I'm kind of glad. I was pleased that Martin O'Malley decided to recognize Reagan here in Maryland, but I think it's important to have this reminder. Now, most states did. We've only got a few that didn't, but a reminder that there really are differences that Ronald Reagan represented in terms of public policy, and there are choices that we would be making if Ronald Reagan were president now that would be quite different.
You mean like when he raised taxes?
Well, like when he cut taxes overall and he cut spending too.
County Councilwoman Valerie Irvin, U.S. Secretary of Education Arnie Duncan, and Cynthia Rubenstein participated in a challenge to live on $25 of food for 5 weekdays to raise awareness of those who survive on the federal Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program that you might have known as food stamps. Cynthia, what did you learn from the experiment? No food or no good food?
Well, actually, it was only 5 days, and it's easy to do anything for 5 days when you do it by choice. But many people are doing this 365 days of the year and not by choice. I want to point out one telling statistic for Montgomery County that may seem counterintuitive since we're considered a wealthy county. There are 146,000 students in our public school system. Almost a third of them are on free and reduced meals. That is 47,000 students. That's as many kids as are in the entire DC public school system.
Could I pick up one of the points that I think was a sort of a flaw to this whole story, is that it misstated the number of nutrition programs that the government does have, so the $5 a day really is not an appropriate standard. In addition to the school program, you also have the WIC program, plus in addition you have 80 or 77 other programs that are welfare-related programs. So by focusing on one, we shouldn't miss the fact that there are other components.
The Montgomery County Planning Board voted to allow corporate sponsorship for parks to help fund park coffers. Mark, how do you like the sound of McDonald's Brookside Gardens?
Sounds good to me if they pay enough money. But no, I'm waiting for the controversy when a gun store like, say, Engage Armaments decides that it wants to sponsor a park, and we end up having a whole big controversy about whether or not we'll accept the money or not.
Jerry, I bet you have a thought about this, don't you?
I've been thinking for a long time that having good corporate sponsorship, naming rights, what you call it in advertising, on roads and on parks would be a great way to raise money, especially now because so many forms of advertising where you can push your message are now obsolete because people record over commercials, they don't look at newspapers, so this is actually a really good idea.